Hey guys and girls, sorry about the wait. We had a scrap metal art project we had to knock out here in between this, but it's time to get back on this crossover steering. I'll show you guys what we got going on here. Where we left off on part one, we got everything disassembled, and the shop is a mess. So let's go over here and take a look at what we got in this kit. Well, looks like we got a couple tie rods, our pitman arm dropped for a two-wheel drive steering gear. Came with two ball joints, upper and lower, just some China cheapos. The steering arm bolts and wedges and nuts are well-done adjusters for the, I guess I would call it track bar, not track bar, or steering link. And we got the right hand flat top steering knuckle, already pre-drilled, tapped. Come on, camera, focus. And our cut to length steering link. Fortunately, doesn't look like the kit included the studs for the backing plate. So I don't know if we're gonna try to reuse the old ones or try to knock them out, see if they're any good, or if we should go ahead and order new ones. I don't know if I won't feel like waiting another week for new hardware to come in. I'm gonna do the right choice and just beat them with a hammer and mess them all up. They're not coming out bad. Yeah, I think they'll be alright. If they fit into the new one. And these bolts got little notches on the side of them. Make sure all the notches are, the flat part is facing the circle, so otherwise they'll overhang a little bit. This way, but they are going in tight, so I think they'll be fine. Oh, I should have done this before, but I forgot. There ain't no keyway in this one, so you can pretty much put it wherever you want to. Try to keep it straight. And so go up 3/4 of an inch each side. If you look down in there, there's a little pin on that inside of that nut that goes. Here, let me get the light. Down in that bottom. That lines up with that washer, so it don't back off. See, it's locked in back there. And then unlock. Yeah, these worn locking hubs are way easier to use. It's been a few days here, but we got her put back together. Tell you what, I got a little carried away, and I went put the wheels, tires back on it, slapped everything together. That's kind of what we got going here. Kind of wanted to do a test drive with it without the Panhard bar on it, just to see how bad the bump steer was. It's night and day difference just with the crossover steering. Very minimal bump steer. And I live in central Missouri, and we're out in the country, and well, I don't know how to explain these roads. They're half chip and seal, half gravel, half potholes that you could hide a dog in. I mean, these roads are bad around here, so driving down the back roads, just kind of see what it did. It's okay. I wish it'd be a little bit better, but hopefully this Panhard bar will take care of that issue. I tell you what though, some of these roads around here, even if you have a lowered car or a sports car, you wouldn't want to drive down some of these back roads. You'd tear them up. So I was actually pretty impressed for how it handled compared to what it was. But we went ahead and installed this. You know, I believe these are 8-inch front leaf springs. So if you guys do this kit, I don't know, I think it was probably the cheapest one I could find on eBay for the crossover steering. I'll give you the measurement of my weld to weld. So that way you guys don't have to do like I did and take it on and off 100 times and shorten it and do all that. But I got it pretty well centered. I am impressed that the steering, it's actually, you can steer sharper with this crossover than I could with the stock, with the drop. So, yeah, I'll show you guys here the Panhard bar kit. That came in here a couple days ago. But I believe, again, this was probably the cheapest kit I could find. And if you guys are interested in it, I can shoot you a link to the website that I got it from if you just comment, you know. I don't remember off the top of my head what the website was, but looking at it here, it's actually pretty decent. And I really don't have any complaints about it. We got the bracket that goes on the axle, and they got it pre-cut. I'm not really sure where these go. I think they're just little welded filler plates. But it's got adjustable for your height, and of course if you don't plan on doing anything, we could, if we don't use the very top one, we could trim it down and make it look nice. That's one for the frame. It's already pre-cut, fits up against the frame pretty decently. Another little filler piece for it. I'm assuming there was no like really instructions or anything, but I don't know if they left that with, so you could just cut it off there and weld it, or if it was for this, if you were gonna do it the other, if you were gonna make it the other direction, I don't know. Like I said, I've never installed one of these kits, so I'm just guessing, but the bar is really pretty dang heavy. It's just as heavy as, if not heavier than the steering link. So we'll go ahead and get back over to this. I'll pull that driver's side wheel off so I can get better access to this, but yeah, we'll go ahead and mount our upper bracket right there where that bump stop was, and we'll grind that down and kind of figure out where that's center, and we'll do the same thing down here on the axle where the other one goes. I'm not really too sure 100% where I'm putting it. I'll probably just mount it right up in this area someplace, but I'll probably have to notch or something on that bracket because I did have it over here and it didn't quite fit level on it, which is not a big deal. So I'm thinking I'll probably mount the one on the axle right in here. That way I got plenty of room on each side to weld it up, and I think that'll look all right. Measured 29 end to end. And these little collars are 3/4 of an inch, so I'm gonna add on an 1.5 inches. That'll put us at 30.5. A little bit longer, but it'll be all right. Well, I think we get it pretty well wrapped up here. It's pretty close to the same angle as the steering length, so I think it'll work all right. And I was gonna take and grind this off here, but I decided not to, because if I wanted to do anything like a raised arm or a lowered pitman arm or anything, I could always adjust that to get this angle a little more straight. But there you have it, guys. That's pretty well wraps up the crossover steering and Panhard bar. Might do a drive video here, but we got some other things to button up, like the exhaust and some wires hanging and stuff like that. Well, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment.